Moses, tell them to put something on top of roof so that I can see. But God says, let them paint the blood on the two side posts and on the upper lintel. In the Egyptian archaeology, there are two main components that they use to build a house. Whether it's the house of the slave up to the house of the palace. There is what is called temporary material and the permanent material. The temporal material, they use the mud bricks. And then they also use the permanent material, which is the rock, the stones. So they use the permanent material to build their tombs and their temples, because their strong belief is that there is life after death.
All right.
There is eternity after life. So they believed strongly that when you go to your tomb, you are going to your eternity after life. So that's why they used stones. But mud bricks were used to build houses where they lived in. But it was only these side posts and the upper lintel that was used, the permanent material.
Yay! All right.
Now, move with me.
Yeah, moving.
They are actually saying, according to the Egyptian archaeology, the Egyptians believe that there are four components that makes a human being. These four components, once one of them ceases to exist, it means the body also ceases to exist. The life ceases to exist. Number one is the physical body. Now, the physical body, they believe it's so important that they say it has to even survive death even after death. This physical body, they say it has to survive death even after death. You know what they do? When a person dies, they do what is called mummification. When they do mummification, they are actually hiding the body somewhere, and they put some chemicals. And when they are done with that, this is why when you read in Genesis, Joseph knew about this. He says, one day God shall visit you. And when he visits you, you shall take my bones and take them to the promised land. Because he knew that when they bury, they are not doing like us in sub-Saharan Africa, where we say we put all the soil on top and we can't even reach it. All right? That's why Israelites had so much that they borrowed from the Egyptians. That's why when you go, you read further in Kings, is it Chronicles, where it says, after they had fought in a war and there was one soldier who was dead, they were running with him. The Bible says they came to a pit where they said, let us put him inside, and they threw him inside. While he was inside, the Bible says he fell on the bones of Elisha. And the bones of Elisha made this man to be alive again. Yes, sir. And he woke up into life. Egyptians had much influence on the Israelites' lifestyle. God says to Ezekiel, go and speak to the bones. He wasn't saying go to the cement where there are tombstones. He was saying go speak to the bones, because the way they used to bury their loved one was very much different from what we do here. Number two, they say there is shadow. They say shadow demonstrates reality. Shadow demonstrates reality. You see, when you kick, the shadow kicks. When you move, the shadow moves. Are we together? When you run, it runs. When you stand, it stands. They say it demonstrates reality. It doesn't deceive. You may listen to everything that they say, but the shadow will not deceive. Now, I'm not going to take much on this one. And another one, third one says is character trait. They say a character trait is also very important. It is a component of a human being. It makes what you are. The character trait is something that must be seen throughout in the genealogy, within the descendants of a certain family. So it is the character trait that must be seen. If someone dies, he has to be born again. So the character trait continues in the blood of the family.
Yes.
Then the last one. Number four, they say there is what is very important in Egypt, more than anything, which is the name of a person.
Yeah.
The name of a person is very important according to the Egyptians. It is so important that it is not only written in your ID and your birth certificate. It is not only found in Home Affairs Department, but it is also found where you live. This is how they did it. When they built their houses, they built and put lintels and side posts that were made of rocks, so that on each and every rock they write the names of people that lived inside.
Okay. All right.
So when God says, strike the blood on the side, He was saying,
Come on now.
there you shall cover the name. It's by the blood of the Lamb.
Come on.
God was teaching them salvation. He was saying no one is gonna be saved by what he has become on planet Earth, but only by the blood of the Lamb.
Yeah.
They survived that night, not only because they were righteous before God, not because they were faithful in tithes and offering, no, not because they were elders and pastors in churches, but because
Of the blood.
of the blood.
Amen.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
If we are going to take part in this service, friends, let me invite you. It is not because you are righteous, not because your name is there in the records. You know, when we say the member is good and regular standing, actually, the General Conference has said there is no good of the member. We only say we say he is in regular standing. The good part is of the Lord. Don't by the name where it is, but is your name covered by the blood?
Oh yes.
Amen.
Mfundisi.
Amen.